Hey, how's it going? It's Sunday, and that means it's update time. And I had a few things I wanted to discuss, and one of it being the channel performance itself on my space channel. And so I thought this month would be a lot better. And so far, what it's looking like is it's not going to do better than last month. And so, that kind of got me a little bit upset and just kind of demotivated because I was wondering, what's going on? Why is this happening? I've implemented changes. I thought I was improving, but just not seeing the results. And so I got really demotivated for that. And then there were even times when I wanted to go ahead and just stop the niche altogether and start over. I had some thoughts that maybe it was because of my previous videos that it's not gaining the traction that it should, just because it's not a fresh channel. As I mentioned before, it's a channel I started back in 2019. It already has a few videos on it that are not even related to the niche itself. It's literally still DIY stuff. And the only reason I kept that is just because it was still generating some sort of revenue, and I didn't want to shut that off because it's free money. I was thinking maybe that's affecting video performance too. But besides that, I remember before the niche itself, I was thinking of just letting it go and not doing it, but that's dumb to do that after so much work I put into it, just because I didn't like the niche. But in the end, it's a business, and with the business, the goal is to go ahead and make money out of it. And although I know I don't have a passion for space or just random Elon Musk or Voyager or NASA kind of updates, what I did is I shifted it into something else. Now it's still related to space itself, but it has more different topics. The topics are different, and I think they're a lot more creative what I've done with them, and that's what sparked more joy in this week and just more passion. And I'm really happy about that because now I think of these different topics, I research them, and I like doing it, and that just is a lot better for my mental, for the mental in general, just because if you like doing something, you're going to go ahead and do it, versus if you have to go ahead and just do it, there's just not going to be that drive there. And so as far as results goes, I already said the analytics weren't looking too good for it this month, but at least I know I was more consistent with shorts. Most recently, I got rid of my shorts editor, and now my long format video editor is also in charge of shorts. And so he's doing a much better job at them. The videos are looking a lot cleaner, partly because he's also using stock footage from Envato Elements rather than just like Pexels or Pixabay. No problem with using that. It's just that some of the choices that my previous shorts editor used weren't the best. And so I know I made the right decision with that. And as far as my other team members goes, my original scriptwriter, she's been with me since the beginning, and I thought she was doing really well. I thought she was good. But the thing is, I don't have anything to compare it to. I don't have anyone to compare scripts to, just because she was the first. And so I didn't know what talent looks like. And so after being able to get my second scriptwriter, I realized, hey, she's a lot better. She doesn't need as much direction. She goes ahead and does it. And then just comparing the two, I realized maybe I should just keep my second scriptwriter for my long format. And so that's what I did. I went ahead and messaged my original scriptwriter and let her know that moving forward, she's not going to be working on the long format video scripts. And the good thing is she was okay with that because she preferred doing the short scripts instead, the scripts for the shorts, which is good just because those are much easier for me to edit. The other thing I was thinking was just me doing the scripts all together. And after thinking about it, I realized maybe I shouldn't do that yet. I should go ahead and do some scripts, yes, just to go ahead and get the hang of it. But since I still have her, and since I'm still using her as one of my freelancers, I'm gonna go ahead and just keep the relationship going. Hopefully it'll get better, and then I have a better outline on how to do shorts specifically. As far as my voiceovers goes, for my shorts, my same voiceover guy that I've had since the beginning, that's doing my voiceovers for my long format, was also doing them for my shorts. But most recently, I let him know, moving forward, I'm going to be doing the voiceovers, which kind of defeats the purpose because the point of YouTube automation is to get other people to go ahead and do the work there, hire other people, but I'm jumping back in to go ahead and do it just because I think the voice quality is better, and also to test things out, because I tested different scriptwriters, I tested different video editors, I tested different thumbnails, one thumbnail designer and me, but the only thing I didn't test yet was a voiceover person, was a different voiceover person. And so I'm doing that with my voice. And then I also plan on going ahead and hiring 2 other people. I plan on hiring 1 more scriptwriter, probably from Upwork, maybe Online Jobs, and also another voiceover actor from Upwork or Online Jobs, and just to test them out too. And this time, I think I'm going to have to go ahead and pay a little bit more for the voiceovers, just because quality should be better, because video doesn't have to be the best, but if you have better audio quality, then that's preferred. I mean, think of it. There's some videos with like kind of blurry looking visuals, but the audio is much better. And these are even some of the faceless channels, just because they use footage from like newscasts or just random phone footage that onlookers went ahead and took. But because they have really good audio, the video still performs. And that's my understanding as far as these videos goes. As long as the audio is good, then that's an important part. Of course, you still want to have a good thumbnail, a good title, and video. But if you had to choose, just make sure you have the good audio. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to do moving forward for that. For my editing, I also am going to start doing some editing. I think I mentioned that before, but honestly, I just still haven't gotten to it. I just procrastinated with it. Realistically, I should have started earlier, but should have doesn't really matter. What matters is to actually go ahead and do it. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to work on a video myself. It's going to be one of the 4-minute scripts to practice and also get better and know like what makes a video good. But yeah, that's the plans moving forward for that. I don't know if I'm going to get another video editor, because right now I have 3. My most recent video editor, that's also my shorts editor, and the other 2 video editors that are for my voiceover actor. But one thing I did notice is that one of the editors is still using some footage that I didn't like, and I went ahead and addressed that before, and he's still using it. And at this point, what I've decided to do is just not give him videos to edit, because if it's not working out, then just slow things down, get things to quality that I'm looking for, and then ramp up production, which is kind of opposite of what I was planning on doing before, which was literally just ramping up production and then just getting everything going. But I don't think that's a smart choice to do for me personally. For other people, it might be the best choice, but for me, I don't think it's the best choice now. As far as my whole guidelines for script writing, my guidelines for video editing, I know I wanted to go ahead and release them, but I think I have to go ahead and do even more adjustments, just because the format of the video, there were certain ways I was doing things, and now I realized maybe that's not the best way to do certain things as far as like chapters goes, because I had like a certain format and it looked nice at first, but looking at what other people in my niche are doing, it's a little out of place. And not just that, but it could be done better. I think I just have to go ahead and find a better template for that, and it's going to be a lot better. And then as far as my script guidelines goes, there's some things I was thinking of taking out altogether. For starters, I know I took out the subscribe from the beginning. This was like one of the first things I did in the beginning. But another thing I'm planning on taking out too is just random subscribes or random comments somewhere in the middle, because I thought that was a good idea. You know, ask for something after you give value, but maybe that just breaks the flow of the whole story. And I think it's different if it's a faceless channel, because if it's a personal brand channel, then asking for a subscriber or comment is different than with a faceless. There's probably a better way to do it, and what I was thinking is just using like the lower thirds and just have like a subscribe button there and like a little text for it, so it doesn't distract the viewer completely and they can still hear the story, see the visuals, and then just see the little, oh, subscribe button. Then yeah, be reminded to subscribe. And for the outros, I was also thinking of making them even shorter, because before there was branding involved with it, like, hey, don't forget to subscribe to whatever, or thanks for watching, you know, channel name, don't forget to subscribe. I think what I want to go ahead and do altogether is just get rid of that sentence in general, and just not be any brand name association, not be any channel name association, just so it's like, if I had a different channel, I could go ahead and post it in that one, instead of having to clip up the last like 20 seconds. And also, it'd probably hold retention a lot better, just because if the story keeps going, and then it suddenly ends, people are probably going to go ahead and be there for a longer time. Yeah, I'm done.